Rizwan there, because Pakistan finds itself now opening up a new conflict with Iran. Retaliatory strikes today. Is there a fear that this could spread, or is this very limited and localized?
Well, Rajdeep, this is very well calculated, and Pakistan is well aware of this. At this point, when there was a huge pressure from Pakistan's people, that Pakistan's people were actually reacting to the Iranian strike. Actually, this wasn't more an internal pressure than the external one. So just to meet that, if I recall that time, when Salalah checkpost was attacked by the NATO in 2011, when Brahmos came in Pakistan, and then now this time Iranian, Pakistani people were demanding something meaningful. It should be retaliated. It was demand from inside. So that is why Army, Pakistan military took this action. And yes, it is once again the retaliation of the Iranian strike deep into Pakistan's territory.
But you're saying it's a retaliatory strike. What the Iranians are saying is they are carrying out strikes against terror outfits based in Balochistan, which they claim have been Sunni terror groups which have been operating out of Pakistan and targeting Iran.
Yes, this is a long 900 kilometers border. In 900 kilometers, everyone knows that there are real issues of smuggling, real issues of the terrorist hideouts. They are operating from this side and the other side. And if you know that on the other side, there are BLA as well, which Pakistan targeted. And that is quite common in South Asian geopolitics. This is common. India supporting BLA, Pakistan supporting. This is actually a geopolitical game which is going on in here. So I would like to say that all of the countries, they were coordinating. They have proxies here. This is unfortunate.
But the fact is that Rizwan, Pakistan finds itself in the crosshairs of being accused now by Iran also of sponsoring and supporting terror groups that are being used to target Iranian territory. Now, we've seen this India has made this charge on cross-border terror in the past. The Afghans have made charges against the way Pakistan territory has been used, or Pakistan has trained terror groups, and now you've got the Iranians. So Pakistan, in a way, has to make it clear, are you sponsoring Sunni terrorist groups or not?
Listen, if I recall the Canadian and Indian tensions, why are they going on? Because of the similar reason. I want to tell you, there is an internal reason as well. For me, being a Pakistani, I'm concerned this is a failure of Pakistan's foreign policy. Yes, I agree with you. One side, India was a tension. On the other side, another border, western border of Afghanistan became a tension, and we deployed troops over there. Now, Iranian side, for me, being Pakistani, it's a failure of foreign policy. We should mediate. We should actually, the things should be discussed on the table by negotiations, not by striking back. And especially, this also has some internal ramifications. Some political analysts, they believe that this kind of thing is happening because in Pakistan, the election is due in February. If this kind of things is happening, the people will be more deviated from the internal politics to external one. And that could also be a reason why this military conflict is actually, once again, it's taking a new shape.
Let me bring in KC Singh. KC Singh, your first thoughts on what you're seeing. This seems prima facie a bit of a surprising escalation. Or do you believe that given all that has been happening in Iran, you're not surprised?
Rajdeep,
we are not surprised.
Yes, KC Singh, go ahead. KC Singh, Rizwan, just a minute. KC Singh, go ahead.
There are two things. Firstly, there are about 2 million Baluchis in Iran, and there are about 7 million Baluchis in Pakistan. So each side has been using the Baluchis and the other one to go after each other. Iranians feel Pakistanis have been using Jaish-e-Adl, this particular group, to create the separatist feeling in the Baluchi part of Iran. Then the Iranians probably retaliate by giving shelter to the Baluchis of Balochistan. So this has been going on for many years. This is nothing new. Once, in fact, a lot of IRGC officials were killed many years ago. But this particular strike should be taken in a larger context because there were 3 strikes by Iran. It wasn't one strike, and they emanate from the suicide bombing in Kerman, which took place on the death anniversary of Qasem Soleimani. There was a large crowd there and almost 50, 60 people died, for which ISIS took the credit. So therefore, the Iranians went after 3 targets. They went after targets in northern Syria, which were ISIS. They went after Erbil, the capital of the Kurdish province in Iraq, because they said there is a Mossad Israeli office there which is responsible, and they went after this Baluchi group. Because I think their impression is that these three were jointly involved in this particular. So ISIS, the Jaish-e-Adl, as well as the Israelis were somehow coordinating this particular suicide bombing. And therefore, they went after three targets. So it's not just Pakistan. I think this will settle down. The Chinese are close to both the countries. They would not want this to escalate. Each one has had a face saver. They've done their bit. But for Iran, it was not a standalone attack on Pakistan. That's the limited point that we must keep in mind.